everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with an intro to my July wrap-up. I know this isn't vlog style, it is usually vlog style, but we're going to jump right into a couple of the books that I've read this month because it has not been that many. So far in the month of July, I have finished three books technically. First up is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This was an ARC that was kindly sent to me by Crystal, and it's signed. It's glorious. This was a really fun middle grade. I ended up giving this 4 stars. It's about a girl who has a near-death experience and then can lift the veil between our world and the world of the dead. She meets another girl who can do the same, and they kind of have this adventure together. Her best friend is actually a ghost. There's this whole intrigue and mystery. This is the first of a series. I don't know how long the series will be, but I do know there's going to be more in this series, and I do think it's a really good book. There were a couple parts that legitimately kind of spooked me. It is set in Edinburgh. There is this whole ghost graveyard, ghost hunting kind of a vibe to it. So spooky, but really cool. I liked this one, and this one comes out August 28th, so you guys don't have too much longer before this one's out. And I really did enjoy it. Then we had a surprise, guys. I read The Anatomical Shape of a Heart. This is by Jen Bennett. Really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. There's a couple tabs in here, not that many, because I was just really invested in the story. But this one is another one that is really good on family dynamic. I love the family dynamic in this. You've got a girl who is a little bit morbid. Everybody calls her Wednesday Addams. She's trying to get into this really competitive art school, and she needs this scholarship to do that, and she's trying to get into a morgue to draw dead people, cadavers, to try to get these sketches that might get her into this program. And she meets this guy who does street art and graffiti, and their romance is adorable. The friendships that are in this, the sibling relationships, the parental relationships. I just really stinking liked this book. It's really cute. I think I'm realizing that Jen Bennett is one of my favorite contemporary authors, and I really like her work. So 2 4-star reads to start off my month, and I'm not mad about it at all. But this one was a TBR jar pick. This is the second time I'm filming this because the first time around my memory card got corrupt and I had to start all over. So I did pull another TBR jar pick, and it's Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which was already on my TBR for the month anyway. So hopefully I can get to this. Then we have this behemoth, which is also in that TBR jar, but I did not pick. So this is Lux Beginnings. This is the first 2 of the Lux series, and this has Obsidian and Onyx in it. I finished Obsidian, and I'm on chapter 14 of Onyx, or page 483 of 801. This is so cheesy and so tropey, and you could tell it was written in 2011, and I don't care. I really like it. It's so ridiculous. The relationships are problematic. The friendships are kind of problematic. Everything about it is just a little bit weird. You have a mother who's really absent. I don't like the family system in it. I don't like a whole heck of a lot about the relationships within this, but it's so easy to read and it's just so fun. So this one, I'm not even mad at it. I'm actually really enjoying it. So we'll see how this one goes, but I will be finishing that. The other book that I'm in the middle of is The King of Bourbon Street, which is our Smutty Book Club book of the month, and that one is going really well. I think I'm 62% of the way through that, and oh my gosh, guys. It is so smutty and so deeply smexy. That one is by Thea DeSalle, and this one's by Jennifer L. Armentrout, in case I didn't say it. But oh my goodness. Thea DeSalle is actually the pen name for a New York Times bestselling author. I don't know what author it is. If you guys know, let me know, because I want the tea on it. This writing is insane. I definitely want to read more from her. It is the tits sexy time. It's so good. I have a very busy month, and then Booktubeathon starts at the end of the month, and I'm going to do my absolute best to try to participate in as much of that as possible, but I don't know that I'm going to have 2 different vlog style wrap-ups for this month. I think I might just have one that ends before Booktubeathon starts, and then maybe daily vlogs for Booktubeathon. That is the tentative goal right now. Hi guys, I am here fresh-faced and pajamaed because I have an update for you, and I've been really bad about filming my updates, and I'm already going to have a really wonky end of the month kind of a wrap-up and a vlog style wrap-up for you guys, so I figured I really needed to jump on here. My computer is currently sounding like it's overheating because I'm uploading a video. I have finished Luck's Beginnings by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the first 2 books of her series. So this is Obsidian and Onyx, and they are garbage. They're so good. They're so addicting, but they are tropey. They are absolutely ridiculous. I think they were written in 2011 and 2012. I gave this series as a whole a 3-star rating, or this bind up in general, a 3-star rating. It is so ridiculous, but it is such an easy read. Like, I am so glad I picked this up when I did, because my brain just needed a break, and I have like a lot of stressors and a lot going on right now. So this was perfect to just kind of be able to still read but not really care that much about it. Is that horrible? But I just don't. Like, it's just such a fluffy, ridiculous read. I also finished another book, and it was on my Nook. I will insert a picture right here, but it is The King of Bourbon Street, Thea de Sale. It was so amazing. It was a 4-star, super smutty read. I really did enjoy it. And I will kind of just go ahead and mirror a couple of other criticisms that I've seen around on Goodreads, and that is that the cover right here, our main character is plus sized, very plus size positive. There's no problem with that. Rain and Saul's relationship is adorable. Their sexy time is phenomenal. I need now somebody in my life to call me Kitten, which is really ridiculous, because Saul and Rain, when he calls her Kitten, it like sends tingles to places. Damon calls, Katie. Yeah, he calls her Kitten. So I read 2 books at the same exact time where the main characters like were being called Kitten. This one does not elicit the sexy time. The King of Bourbon Street, holy crap. If I don't find a man to call me Kitten, my life is not complete. It was amazing. So definitely a very erotic and explicit, sexy book, but it was phenomenal. It is part of a series I will be continuing, just not right now because I have too many other books to read. But that was a 4-star read. Really, really enjoyed it. I need to like update my doc that I have, like my Google Doc of all the books that I've read. Currently, I am on an ebook kick. I have a whole bunch of NetGalley arcs that I really need to get to. So I'm starting Christina Lauren's Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. That's it for now for this update. I read Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton. You can see the mess in the back of my room. I was watching YouTube. So this was an arc that I got off of NetGalley and just got it on a whim because the cover looked really cool and I thought I had seen a couple people talking about it. Ended up doing a buddy read with Mel from Mel to the Any and Lily and Candace, and it was so amazing. I finished a day early because I have no chill, and it was so good I couldn't put it down. I read ahead the entire time. I think we were supposed to be at 75% today, and I'm already done it, and it was a 5-star phenomenal book. It was what Uprooted should have been. It had the spooky woods vibe and this like evil devil in the forest. It was what Saul Kilgirl should have been, what Uprooted should have been. It had phenomenal characters, great dialogue, great discussions. There was like a polyamorous relationship between 3 teenage kids, 2 guys and a girl that loved each other both as friends and more, that were phenomenal. Merwin was a witch and she was so powerful, had so much agency, and even Run, who was supposed to be the saint and run into this forest and try to live the night or sacrifice himself for 7 years of health and wellness for this town. And he had kind of accepted the fact that he was going to die to protect his loved ones for 7 years before the next one had to run in as well. And Arthur, who was trying to prove himself, and he wanted to be the one that ran in, and also just wanted to spare his friend. And it is so good. There were so many quotable things in there. It was so amazing. It is an arc. It does come out in September, so I don't know if the quotes are going to stay, but I would assume the ones that I love really will. And I will be buying a finished copy because I want to mark it up so badly. The copy that I got from NetGalley disappears when the book publishes, so I won't be able to keep it and continue to read it. But I did highlight in it as I read on the e-version because I just couldn't help myself. It was so phenomenally written. This town mob mentality, like group thinking, was like terrifying too. The devil in the woods is so terrifying, and the little creatures that are in the woods, and just the whole premise is really truly scary and like creepy, and just what other books should have been and weren't. And this will be my benchmark for all spooky woods related books from here on out. I guarantee it. And I have to read Tessa Gratton's other work because this was phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal. and I'm head over heels in love with it, so that was a 5-star read. I'll check in next time I have something else I've read. Finished 2 books since then. They were both ARCs that I read from NetGalley on my Nook. The first one was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren, and it was amazing. I actually gave it 5 stars. It was a really, really cute contemporary romance, lots of sexy time, and it was one of those books where the main character, the female lead, was incredibly quirky. Hazel was just unapologetically herself and really got angry and really protective when people tried to tell her that she was too crazy or too out there. And she kind of says, like, I know I'm hard to love, I'm hard to be in a relationship with, but I'm not going to change. Josh was kind of her idea of perfection from college, and they finally get together like forever after that. And Josh is Korean American, and I laughed out loud. There was like really, really funny moments. It was really heartwarming. I loved it. So Christina Lauren did another great job with a contemporary. And then I read a very different book. I read Sadie by Courtney Summers. It was one of the most disturbing books I think I've ever read. That says a lot because I've read some like really twisted books. This one was difficult to get into because of the writing style. So it's told from 2 different perspectives. One from West, who is a journalist who's kind of researching the disappearance of this girl, Sadie. He goes through and it's like different interviews with different people that he's talked to, whether they're in-person interviews or phone interviews, regardless. And he kind of jumps back and forth almost too. Like he's more present tense, but some of the things that he does like jump around in time. And then Sadie's point of view is a present tense, like her first person, but it's actually in the past. Sadie goes missing after her sister Maddie is killed. She's murdered or found dead. She's basically raised her sister, her younger sister, for the entirety of her younger sister's life because her mother is an addict and she's not really there. There is this kind of like adopted grandmother that kind of takes care of her, but Sadie goes on this quest. You don't know why at the beginning. You find out why throughout the course of the book, but it is so deeply disturbing. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It actually ended up working. The writing style actually ended up working in the end, but I didn't like it throughout the majority of the book. But it's kind of the only way to get a full picture of what happened. We are going to have trigger warnings for a lot of stuff. Obviously for substance abuse, parental abandonment, parental abuse, rape, sexual assault, molestation, sexual assault against children, pedophilia, child pornography, murder, death. There's a runaway situation. There is physical abuse. There is mental abuse. Any crime imaginable against children. Really hard to read. The story in and of itself was compelling and well written. If that makes any sense. Like, just because it's a really difficult thing to read doesn't mean it's not well done. That is my update. It is currently the 23rd of July, and I'll have this going up on the 28th so that I can do my Booktubeathon. That's been this update. This could be the end of my vlog. Probably will be the end of my vlog. And I finished Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which has been in my shelves for so long. This was one of my TBR jar picks, and no, I think I gave it 3 stars because it was fine, but it was not good. The whole reason that Sloane leaves Emily is like in and of itself really annoying. I wasn't happy with the end of this. I wasn't happy with the love interest. I wasn't happy that there was cheating in this story. For the majority of it, it's kind of okay, but you see where it's going. Like, you know what you're about to get into. And you know the shit show that's gonna happen at the end, and you know how it's going to end up wrapping up. It was predictable. Was it the worst thing I've ever read? No. Like a low 3 stars. I wouldn't go 2 stars. Like, it was fine. It just definitely had issues and is not a favorite of mine. So I actually did not tab or annotate this, so I will probably be unhauling this. Bummer of like a last book for the month for this part of the wrap up, but still like on a more positive note than Sadie, which was very good but very disturbing. This one was fine. It was fluffy, it was kitschy, it had some problematic stuff. Cheating trope and the way that this book kind of went down, it used to be really popular. Like, people didn't used to mind it. I feel like it's not that odd. I'm looking for the day that or the year it got published. It was because it's older. So this is a 2014 release. So I feel like maybe, I mean, I don't think people were ever okay with it. I feel like maybe people just weren't reading it as critically, but I don't know. I I didn't love it. I don't really think I expect it to love it. I don't really like Morgan Matsson's writing in general. I've only read Since You've Been Gone and The Unexpected Everything. This was way better than The Unexpected Everything. It just still wasn't good. I think I own one more book from Morgan Matson, which is Second Chance Summer, which I just haven't gotten to yet because it was like too depressing. Everybody was telling me I was gonna cry. I didn't want to cry, so I like put it aside, but I might get to that later. That's gonna be it for this particular part of the vlog. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of prep for Booktubeathon, get myself ready, set myself up for success for Booktubeathon, and then enjoy some daily vlogging with you guys for Booktubeathon, at least for the beginning of the readathon. This video is going up on the 28th, and then I'm going to start my vlogs for Booktubeathon on the 30th. I will not have a TBR up for August until after Booktubeathon, because you already know my TBR for Booktubeathon, which gives me like a little bit of time. Let's take a look at my stats real quick. I have only read 9 books. I read City of Ghosts, which was, I think, a 4-star. Anatomical Shape of a Heart, also 4-star. Obsidian and Onyx, which was a bind-up, and that was a 3-star. The King of Bourbon Street, which was a 5-star. Strange Grace, 5-star. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, 5-star. Sadie, 4-star. Since You've Been Gone, 3-star, which is awesome. I'm in the middle of reading the audiobook for Before the Devil Breaks You, but I'm not going to be done that this month, I don't think. I'm going to have to request it from the library because I'm not going to finish it. 9 books, 3,128 pages. Not like that makes a difference. Not too shabby, and I may still finish something that first day of the readathon, which would still up my numbers for July. They're just not in the numbers for this particular part of the wrap-up. And the majority of them were really, really highly rated, which is amazing. Yeah, like a majority of 4-star books. Oh no, I gave King of Bourbon Street 4 stars. So only 2 5-stars. Josh and Hazel's Guide and Strange Grace. Strange Grace is so good. So yeah, that's it for right now. That's the end of this particular vlog. Stay tuned for the Booktubeathon vlogs, and that's it for now. If you guys liked it, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, guys.